Most of our life is like a transparent fishbowl. People can easily see into our lives, into our businesses, into our personal space. They can easily just have access to this. And then they mostly end up judging our every move. But it's time for you to literally draw the curtains on all of that and take back your life, take back your energy, take back your ideas, your personal space, and protect your future. And this right here is the theme for today's video. The more we talk, the more held up we become. And if you don't believe me, let me help you examine this. Think back on your life. When was the time when you literally told yourself, okay, I'm gonna do this? Like you, and it's not just yourself, you understand? You literally had a plan. You probably, put in effort to plan, organize yourself. You saw like everything is like foolproof. And then you went about telling people, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna end up doing all of this kind of stuff. Hey, I have this idea to, start a business. Hey, I can do whatever, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is you thought you were literally planning on, whatever it is. Now, where are you? Especially if you went, see, the thing is, when if you went out telling people that this and this and this and this and all this kind of stuff, you realize that at a point it wouldn't work out. I'm not saying I'm not saying if you tell people your plans, you wouldn't be able to do it. I'm just saying that's what mostly happens. You understand? Let me share a little bit of a personal experience. So I didn't want to talk about this because honestly, I didn't go about telling people this. I kept it to myself, but it got out. And once it got out, I started to now try to live up to people's expectations. So all I'm talking about is I wanted to be a doctor. So all in all, I studied hard, all that kind of stuff. I didn't really tell people about it. I only told those I needed to tell about it. And even with that, it was really hard for me to actually tell somebody that this is what I want to do. You understand? Because I just felt, privacy is the best. But once it got out there, people started looking at me, especially there's different people. My friends started looking at me different because everybody knew, okay, he's a good student, but like this level, like this is where you actually want to be. And yeah, honestly, felt uncomfortable because at the back of my mind, I was like, so what if this doesn't work out? What am I gonna tell people? And I just told myself, bro, let me just keep doing me. Let me keep up my grind because this is my dream. In the end, I wasn't accepted into medical school. Normal. I'm not sad. I am I'm a little bit sad, but then not for the reasons most people would be sad for. I mean, I did my best. I didn't get it. I got something else, and I'm okay with that. But here's the problem. Once you have a dream, a vision, and you go about telling people, once you are not able to pull through on that commitment, you would feel stuck. You would feel like a fraud. You would, like, honestly, you wouldn't feel good about yourself. Because at that point, you literally elevated everybody's expectations to the max, and then you couldn't deliver. Honestly, that's how I felt because even though I didn't go about telling people that, oh, this is what I want to do, once it didn't work out for me, once it didn't work out for me, in my head right now, I'm like, so what am I going to tell all these people? Because initially I didn't tell you this, but then you found some way, somehow found out. I don't know. Probably from when I was learning a lot or when I was doing certain things. I mean, you were able to deduce that. But now that it didn't work out, what am I going to tell you? I chose this video topic to talk on because I used to be the person who would go about telling every single person about my dreams, my ambitions, my aspirations, every single thing. Bro, because I felt like if I sit down to think about all of these kinds of things and I'm literally putting in the work and people know that I'm doing this, they will literally start to see me a bit more, start to give me more respect, all that kind of stuff. I wanted that, you understand? That was back like long time ago. So it's now that, I've literally stepped out of that phase like completely. But then I feel like this needs to be like people need to hear more about this. So I used to be the guy to always go about saying this. And the problem with this is once you go about telling people about your plans, at that point you will now need to find a way to conform to that level. You understand? Probably you're not there yet. You're still on your grinding phase. You're not there yet. And then people now start to, have these thoughts. Okay, this guy is doing this, and that, and you're not there yet. So now you have to literally conform to a certain level. You understand? You have to push harder than you. Like at this point, you wouldn't really be doing it entirely for yourself. You'd be doing it for the way you're gonna be looking. Yes, for the way you're gonna be looking. And believe me, once people have an open view into your life, you've opened yourself up to criticism. You've opened yourself up to so many things. And if you're not ready for all of that, you are probably gonna end up probably depressed, sad, all that kind of stuff. That's why most people will be like, okay, don't enter into social media, all that kind of stuff. Because once your business is out there, anybody can come and talk about you. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. So that was me when I was younger. I had big, bro. I still have big dreams, big aspirations, big goals. Like, bro, I dream big. I go all out. You understand? I don't know any stops. When I want something, I really go like, what's the highest? Like, what can I do to get to the max of it? And that's what I used to do. I used to tell people, hey, I'm going to do this. Hey, I'm going to do this. And I realized that the more I kept on talking and talking and talking about all of these things, the less I kept on putting in the work. Like, bro, at that point, that's why mostly people end up saying talk is cheap. Because at that point, you just keep talking and talking, and bro, like, there's nothing to show for it. You get what I'm saying? And now, coming to really think about it, two things literally cause you to fail when it comes to like being private with your life or literally even accomplishing any task you've set out to. There are like two major things that will cause you to fail. First is you aren't protecting your life, you aren't protecting yourself, you aren't protecting your ideas because you're going about saying, this is what I want to do. You've literally shared your idea to the entire world, bro. Everybody knows now. And then if you're not protecting that, you're not protecting yourself, bro, because now everybody has access to something you want to do. And if you're not protecting yourself, you're probably not even protecting your life in general. You understand what I'm saying? And the second thing, which is worst of all, like, bro, this is just like bro, this is just bad. It's just bad. And I really thought about this, and then, bro, the answer just hit me, and I was like, bro, that's just the truth, which is very simple. It's you trick yourself subconsciously to thinking that you have accomplished what it is you want to accomplish. If you don't believe me, let me just give you a vivid scenario. Okay, so this is a guy walking around saying, "Okay, I want to do this, I want to do that." I don't want to give like what just one example so that it limits your thinking. You understand? But then whatever it is you want to do, picture that in your mind and picture you doing this, going out to tell people, "Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that." Whatever it is, whatever it is. I don't want to give you an example and limit you. Understand? So now you've literally tricked people. No, you've literally told people this is what you're doing. So now everybody has the expectation or the perception that, okay, this is what this guy is gonna actually become, or this is what this guy is gonna actually accomplish, right? And now that everybody is seeing you that way, you start to see yourself as you've already done it. You understand? And then once you see yourself as you've already done it, you're gonna put in less work because you're gonna feel like you've already accomplished it. So the kind of grind, the kind of zeal that you would have done without telling people, like the kind of energy you would have put in without telling people about this, now that energy is literally decreased and everything is being drained because it's coming out of your mouth and it's not coming out of your hands. You understand what I'm saying? So you literally all the work is coming out of your mouth. You're not putting in the work. You're not studying. You're not going to the gym. You're not working out. You're not doing whatever it is, bro. You're not making that money you want to make. But you're telling people you're doing it. So right now, people have this perception. Oh, okay, this guy is doing this. And then you start to perceive yourself as, oh, I've already done it. And then before you realize, you've literally put a whole blockade on your life. So basically, in summary, what I'm trying to say, simply put, what this entire video is about is protect yourself first off. Protect your energy, bro, and protect your future. Because not everybody should literally see or should literally have the blueprint to your life. One thing I know for a fact is that there are two kinds of people in this world. In relation to this topic, there are two kinds of people. We have people who are gonna uplift you, people who are gonna actually push you to do better, and we have people who are gonna bring you down. And sadly, the latter, the people who are gonna bring you down, they outnumber the people who are literally gonna believe in you. This is like the story of almost every single person. Every single person. People will tell you can't do it. People will tell you there's too much risk in it. People will tell you, hey, you're probably gonna fail. Most people will laugh at you, especially when you set out to do something, right? But all in all, in the end, once you accomplish it, they will be quiet. But if you go about saying it over and over again, and there's just even a little bit of setback, that's when all the negatives will start to rush into your life. That's why the best thing you can actually do for yourself is to keep your life private. Be more private.